All right, I'm back in studio, and Matt's here with me, keep me on track.
You came down the mountain?
I did, I did some soul searching out
Yeah.
there. It's kind of scary being out there and you're eating spider webs by yourself, like
Right.
10 miles out into the wilderness.
Is that on the hike or was that on the bike?
Both,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm like out in the middle of nowhere, and there's no cell service, and
Mhm.
normally you do it with a bunch, two or three people, and
Right.
I didn't even think anything of it in the first bike ride. I'm out there. I'm like, wait a second here. I'm out here by myself.
Don't crash.
Don't crash. Don't roll an ankle. But I did have my new Apple Watch, which has the GPS.
Oh, yeah.
The GPS enabled
That's right.
connection.
It'll,
I don't know how to use it, but I'm sure I'd figure it out if
Yeah,
I'm.
it'll do the fall protection and then phone home for you.
I tried a hike and talk, which was terrible, but I put it up on Inside the Hex anyway. I was like, well, that helped me stay out of my head,
Right.
because I'm just talking, trying to
Right.
hold the camera and talk and just hiking, heavy breathing.
Did you have
And
the ruck on or just?
no, God, no, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
I did a 10-mile hike, and I got 5 miles on. I'm like, I should just keep going. And I'm like, no, I'm probably gonna bonk, because me, I don't travel with any food or anything,
Right.
and I'm fasted, so I'm 5 miles in. I'm like, this feels great, because I haven't been as light and fit as I am
Mm-hmm.
hiking. I've
Right.
been fat and out of shape, and
Sure.
thinking an 8-mile hike down there break me. I'm like, man, I could go all day. And then I started to get a little
Then you hit
wobbly
the
toward
wall.
the end. Yeah. I'm like, oh, God. It's a good thing I turned around at 5 miles.
I've seen that mat on the bike. I know exactly what that
Mhm.
mat is.
Yeah, it was, seemed like a good idea. My feet started hurting, started to get like on that edge of blister.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I rode, hiked. It was good.
Yeah, I saw you putting some climbing, some feet of climbing on your mountain bike.
Yeah, I was just spending too much time trying to navigate, figure out where I was, and so I didn't put as many miles in as I would have. But if I went back and try it again, I would have, now I went on a bunch of new trails,
Oh, okay.
because this was my first time just riding out. I didn't have anybody to take me anywhere, so I just ride out the front door.
Right.
And so I found some new trails and stuff for, I guess a house that isn't mine
Yeah,
anymore.
for
So
when you go back. When you
I will-
visit.
I will go back. And I did offer the new owners, I said, hey, this place is pretty complicated. It might make
Yeah.
sense. Why don't we go and stay, 4 or 5 days? Maybe me and Mike go up there. It doesn't take much for me to convince Mike to go, because we love that place.
Right.
And we like the people who bought the house.
Yeah.
So why don't we go and spend some time there, and we can fix some stuff and modify some stuff, and show you all the detail of the house, so you have a really good understanding of what you're up against.
Cool.
It's going to be so much easier for them, because that house is bulletproof if you don't have 40 families going through there a year, touching everything,
Right.
messing everything up.
Right.
And so they don't intend to rent it, and so that's going to be good.
So I think
the house.
I think maybe for those who haven't watched some of the stuff, like part of what you were doing up there was just leaving it in a perfect condition for the buyer, right?
Yeah, I think it's important. I don't know. It's important to me. You know how you have there's a normal tendency is like when you're done with something, let me go burn the tires off of it, or I don't care anymore.
Right.
I feel like I care more. Like you're touching up walls and fixing things. I care more when I'm about to turn it over to somebody. I don't know if it's like a insecurity thing of I don't want you to think less of me, but I always return things better. And as good as stuff that I have is, like
Sure.
if I'm selling a car, I want the car to be in better shape than it was the day before.
Right.
And so I'm doing the same thing with the house, where I just had Manny sent, we need a whole new set of towels. We need a whole new set of press-alls so that it's fresh and clean. And that's just the right thing to do. And I feel like if you do that in everything, it comes back to you at some point.
It's good karma.
The only
for sure.
problem is what happens, every single house I've sold the last 5 years, I'm the answer guy. So I get calls from, I got
tech support for
I
your
get a
own
text
house?
message from the lady, the Brown house, from when I started YouTube. The other, where's the irrigation pump? I don't even remember.
Right.
Or Lena's always texting me things on the Woodgate house,
Right.
or people asking questions about where's this, what's that, how do I fix that? And so I go into it blind, and I actually really like going into it blind. But then I'm like leading the blind
Right.
forever for eternity. So
Yeah,
I bought that house and no one told me anything.
I'm the opposite. See, when I'm like committing to sell something, it's dead to me. Like I'm done.
Yeah, I'm not
I
doing
mean,
another.
I
right.
want to make sure it's delivered right, but I have no joy in that process. See, you get joy out of it, which
that's
is
a good
what's,
point,
which
yeah.
is what's interesting.
Yeah, it's for like a new beginning, but I like to complete the chapter.
Right.
You know, if I'm writing a book, I want the end of the chapter to be just as good as the beginning,
Yeah.
if not better. So I want to close it with some real eloquence, you know, some real perfection. And in fact, I was up there like, man, I really want to do this, and I ran out of time. I want to do this, and that, and I kind of ran out of space. And so that's when I said, well, I'll feel better if I offer to them, hey, why don't I come back with you,
Right.
and then I'll get it to whatever standard you want, and then I'll get, you know, joy out of that.
Yeah.
And shoot, it's a win for anybody leveraging me because I'm a crazy person.
Yeah.
You know? So,
Leverage your work.
yeah. So but the chapter is complete. The house is in great condition. Every time I go there, I assume it's going to be a complete disaster. And there's 2 or 3 things that get me just ticked off every time.
Seat bolt.
A freaking
seat bolt.
Gosh, it's not even the seat bolt. It's the like, how do you break it and not either fix it or tell me about
Right.
it? It's like that sweep it under the rug thing.
Yeah.
That just drives me insane. Like the one time we have these Amazon like $10 salt and pepper holders, and somebody clearly dropped the top, and then they like Humpty Dumptied it back together and put it on top there. And I go like this, and
you touch it, it breaks.
It falls apart in 50 pieces. Like it's maybe there's a fear that like, well, the kid did it and the kid didn't tell the dad or something, and this is really expensive. It's literally like $5.
Right.
I just wanted it to be the seat to be there and available when I'm there.
Right.
And so then you're screwing the next person by you just not say, look, Matt, I don't know how to fix this. I broke this.
Right.
And maybe because they've heard me berate everybody and they don't want to be, you know, yelled at. I'm not going to yell at them if you freaking tell me what's going on.
Right.
Or I have these just little things, front gate towels I bought. They're like $60 a piece for the pool.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like maybe 6 months old. There's holes in them. There are holes in them. It's because they're out dragging them around through the mud and beating the crap out of them. It's like, how does that even possible?
Dragging them in the mud. Okay.
Yeah. And so one of the lessons I learned in this process was that out of the let's say out of the 90 different groups we had, they were there the last
That's
3
quite
years.
a few, 90 people.
The cleaner said there's 4 people that like we blacklisted. Like 4
Right.
people just weren't nice about it. They still didn't really ruin anything specifically, but we had 4 different people.
Yeah.
And so we're, you know, whatever that percentage is, let's say that's what 5% or whatever. So 5% or not, you know, OG capable, or they're not even like they wouldn't make the cut for an Airbnb probably. But they would be in the sort of the top 50% of a traditional Airbnb. And so the thing that I can't relate to is there is a mentality that I was talking to the cleaning people. There's a mentality I think that people have like, hey, I paid for it, I got to use
That's
it.
right.
I've got to turn the air conditioner down to 64 degrees. I've got to use every towel.
Yep.
You know, you would never go and get a new towel every day when you're at your house.
Right.
But you've got to do that when
But you do that when you're at a hotel. Right?
I don't.
But I mean, that's a pretty common thing, right?
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's how
It's just a
people think
weird
about it.
mentality. I'm like, I use one towel, I'm good. I'm only here for 4 days. What do I need to use 10 for?
Right.
Just use one towel, hang out, let it dry.
Fresh towel every day sounds pretty nice, really.
I don't know. I don't
That's
get
not too
it.
bad.
I didn't price that in.
Right.
Right? I didn't price that. It's part of the reason why I'm selling the darn thing. Like I priced in me and maybe you.
That's pretty rare.
Apparently.
That's pretty rare, Matt.
But you know, the math I was talking on the hike, the math largely works out. So I think on average I lost about $50,000 a year in cash.
Right.
But I gained about $150,000 in equity.
Mm-hmm.
Not equity and I paid about $150,000 down in principal on the mortgage. I gained a ton of equity theoretically, depending on how you allocate it. And so the goal was to set out to break even, and I
Mhm.
broke even.
Yeah.
So it's pretty good. And then that's not attributing, who knows how much it sold for me,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, that's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll dip into some questions here. Let's see. James has a question. Hey, Matt, can you give a rundown on your carnivore diet and supplements you take on a daily basis and how it's been working out for you? I think he needs to see your Facebook post. I think that was
Yeah, I did
You had a
that.
pretty
If you go
detailed
to
Facebook post
go
on
to the
that.
Matt Mormon, or just email me and I'll send you the thing. Michelle said to me, she said, I had no idea.
she read it
Yeah,
on
she's
Facebook.
like, I'm sure she didn't read to get through the whole thing. It's too
Right.
much.
No, I didn't read it, but I saw it. It's like pages of stuff.
Yeah,
It's
well,
crazy.
she's like, I just can't relate. She's like, I don't understand. She's like, I get you now. Like, this is not now, but I mean, I don't understand how anyone could do that or why anyone
Right.
would care. And so I had to explain to her, and I explained this, I think, I don't know, maybe it was on the Matt Mormon channel or something. I explained this recently that, it was on that post. People were like, this is too complicated.
Right.
I said, no. To me, this is the uncomplication of it. The simple, oftentimes for me, is too complicated. Just track your macros, eat a balanced diet. That doesn't work for me.
Right.
It's too simple. There's no buy-in. I can't. It's not that I don't want to do it. I'm like unable to do it.
Mhm.
It just doesn't work for me. And so what that whole 3-page thing is it's a summation of 45 years on this earth, figuring out what works for me and what's innate
Right.
and what's not. Doesn't require discipline. It doesn't require discipline for me to like obsess over things. And so if I'm obsessed over, like, for example, the running the 5K, and then I go too far.
Mm-hmm.
I went too far.
Yep.
And the biggest change in my life the last 4 or 5 years is I would then have worry and angst around, well, but I didn't execute. I didn't do it.
Right.
I quit. I should have never have done it. When the fun was the designing and crafting of the ridiculous plan that I could never actually finish.
Yeah.
But then that sheet is the real world thing that's working for me.
Right.
And there's no discipline required in there. I don't have to discipline myself to do any of the things that are on there. The biggest disappointment is Mountain Valley for me, though. You know about this? I tell you about
the
this?
arsenic in the water.
Gosh, I'm so sad. Here I am thinking I'm drinking superior water to you.
You're drinking rich people water.
I'm
and
spending
it's killing
this
you.
money, right? And it's way
it's
worse.
Literally killing you.
Now, I hate to just buy into rumors and conjecture and like, okay, so somebody said it, so now I've got to quit. But I can't like drink the water without feeling
Right.
like I'm drinking straight arsenic. And so I've actually Chris, the plumber, who'd helped in the Adam
Right.
LC project. He's our our best plumber in
Did
the
you
world.
give him all the water?
No, I bought I don't want to kill him.
I was gonna say.
I bought so he did my U.S. water systems,
Yeah.
like whole house, amazing system.
Right.
So I could probably just drink that water. But I'm
Mhm.
like, well, I would feel even more morally and physically superior to the world if I had some sort of advanced filtration system. And so my vision, and I think I finally figured it out. I'm going to build a house someday, or I'm going to probably do the kitchen in this house. And I've
Mhm.
been trying to figure out. I did the Zip Hydro Tap in Harbor
Okay.
Hills, which
Yeah.
I want.
Right.
I
Yeah.
want an ice maker.
Yeah.
I want like some
Crushy or
I want-
slushy ice. Right?
I want I want the
good ice.
Sonic ice, right? So I want nugget ice. I want chilled sparkling. So the Zip Hydro Tap gives you boiled,
Yeah.
chilled, sparkling
Right.
water.
Yeah.
But the problem is it only has like a basic filter. And then I want hydrogen water as well.
Mhm.
So I got the ice
You
maker.
get the ions, right? You got to add
Right.
the ions, right?
Yeah.
Is that what hydrogen is?
No.
Hydrogen ions, or
It actually creates. I guess it would be an ion, but
Right.
it creates a higher hydrogen content
Okay.
in water. And so I bought the Echo RO system. So I have the U.S. water systems, which will feed my Echo RO, and then Echo RO feeds a hydrogen generator.
Mhm.
And then I have the little spout, little RO
Yeah.
spout. But it's a tankless RO. And so, because that big bubble tank, I just don't want to take up that space. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an Echo RO with a hydrogen generator for when I want hydrogen water.
Right.
I'm going to do an Echo RO on the Zip Hydro Tap, unless I can figure out how to plumb hydrogen into the Zip. I think the Zip has a tank.
We have to get OE working on this. The Obsessed Engineering. We need a water station, just like we were making a wash station.
And then I have the RO that feeds the ice maker. So when I'm using ice, because I got to figure out how to incorporate. So there's 3 things that I want. I want hydrogen. I want the Zip, which has sparkling and chilled.
Yeah.
And then I want ice. And so I got to figure out how to put that all
Is
together.
the sparkling good though?
It's real good.
Because sparkling, there's a lot of different kind of sparkling.
Well, because with the Zip Hydro Tap, you can choose your
you can-
level of carbon content.
Okay.
So you can make it spicier or not.
Oh, interesting.
So it's really great. And it's super chilled, cold water for up to like 32 ounces, because it has a little tank inside
Right.
of it. So the problem is I can't feed hydrogen to the Zip, because the hydrogen will dissipate by the time you drink it.
Right.
You need to drink it within a few minutes. Otherwise, whatever hydrogen content you added
It's
to
a
the
chemical
water,
reaction in the water. Right?
it's probably nonsense anyway. But I don't know. It makes me feel good about getting some hydrogen in the water. But having those 3 things: ice, the boiled, chilled, sparkling,
Yeah.
and then having hydrogen, having those things, putting those pieces together in a really awesome looking system is something I'm trying to figure out. And I think what I probably would just have is I'd have 2 separate taps. I'd have a Zip tap and I'd have a hydrogen tap, depending on what I'm doing. And if I can't figure out a way to get,
Can you add hydrogen to carbonated?
well, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like that though. But anyway, I bought the Echo, which is a really cool, like it's probably not as good as some of these like more sophisticated but ugly systems, but it's a 4-stage system that the one thing it's missing, which I don't think I need, is the UV. So it would kill bacteria and stuff. So
Interesting.
yeah, check it out, people. Go to Echo Water Systems and their little self-contained unit. So I did their kitchen hydration station.
So you have like 4 steps in the house to get water to your glass, right?
Well, in this case, yeah, I
Right.
would. But how can I put those pieces
Yeah.
together?
Interesting.
So I started with 1 step,
Mm-hmm.
or 2 steps, RO into hydrogen, and I want to see how that works. I know how the Zip works.
But you also have a water softener ahead of it, right?
Correct. Yes.
So that's your first line water treatment.
Yeah. So that's softening the whole house.
And then that goes into the RO.
Correct. And then that goes into the hydrogen generator.
Right.
And then it comes out of the tap.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to figure out then, if I do the Zip Hydro Tap, do I have to do 2 separate, dispensers and just choose hydrogen or carbonated? But I would love to have hydrogen and carbonated.
Yeah, you need the wash station valve on the front of the cabinet so you can add hydrogen or not.
The other
add
thing that's
hydrogen.
probably even more nonsense is that it's 1.4 parts per million is what this hydrogen generator. They have a little flask that does 8 parts per million. And so is this, really doing
Are you getting enough hydrogen?
Is this really doing
It may not.
anything?
Yeah, it may not.
But it makes me feel morally and physically superior, like my Mountain Valley did, until I found out it's killing me. And so all that work.
Where's the arsenic generator?
I'm probably spending $350 a month on this fancy water between the sparkling and the bottles, the green bottles, and then the glass 5-gallon jugs. It's $45. It's like $10 a gallon. And I'm thinking, man, this is great. I'm getting the right minerals. Everything's good. And then we find out, no, it's the worst. But I haven't tested it, but I just can't get over it. It's like you found out that the grass-fed eggs you've been eating are really, lab raised or something.
Coop.
They're made in a
chicken
laboratory.
Right.
So anyway, yeah, if you want that whole list, I'm now solidly in the 211 to 214 range. So I've had another two pound jump, and so I'm excited to get back on track to running when I feel like it instead of running to death. You know, so I'm going to go run the 5K and probably run slower than my last fast time, but that's okay.
That's all right.
I like the fact that I went too far. My whole calendar is scheduled with all this running. I look at it, I'm like, oh boy, I'm glad I'm not doing that.
You're gonna kill yourself. You got to give your body the rest. It feels better.
Yeah,
because running actually feels pretty good.
I'd like to get back to on the mountain bike too.
Yeah.
That kind of got me re-inspired to be out there. I'd like to go back up to Santos.
You know how I mean, we haven't ridden the bike in months.
Yeah, maybe we can get a group back together again and get out there.
This next question, I skipped forward because has the carnivore diet changed your behavior by any chance, like mood swings or aggression, etc.?
Nope. I mean, I'm freaking starving right now, but
right.
And I don't intend to stay carnivore forever. I want to get to my goal weight.
But the carnivore doesn't make you. I mean, fasting is where you're starving, right? Or is the carnivore causing?
Oh, carnivore's starving too. Yeah, because you eat a steak and literally like 8 minutes later you're back to starving.
Oh, okay.
But you get used to that.
You're just not satisfied because you have not enough variety.
And then also your ability to really train hard is severely limited as well. I mean, you do get into like when you get into ketosis and you do get ketone adapted, and especially like in the morning, I have a good, you wake up, even if you're fasted, even if you have no carbs in you, like you're good for a good 10-minute spurt, but that's it, and you're done. And so I'm doing these 30, 40-minute CrossFit workouts, and I'm dying. And so I'm there's a major cardiovascular disadvantage to doing it.
Right.
But for me, it's the it's the staying in ketosis thing.
Right.
It's the and when I get when I add in longer fasts and just kind of eating less, or like today I didn't eat anything yet. Today I already worked out, didn't eat anything today. I'll eat dinner and try to stay under control. And if I do that, then I can hopefully work my way to the pounds I'm looking to get off. But I feel like I haven't lost any muscle. I mean, I don't look like I lost any muscle.
I think you've gained muscle. I think
so.
You're definitely leaner.
Yeah, for sure. And the hope was to get to 200 pounds by SEMA, but there's no, these last 12, 13, 14 pounds are going to take
it's going to take you months to do.
Yeah,
10 pounds.
It's going to take a while, unless I just starve myself, but I don't want to do that.
All right. So Jason, let's shift gears here a little bit. Jason says, Matt, what are your thoughts on Macintosh AVR amps? Are they just overpriced, or am I just uneducated?
Am I have deja vu here? Are these the same questions as last week?
Seems like we asked. Are we on the wrong one?
Yeah. Those are the same questions from.
Well, they're starred. That's what you told me to work on. Sorry, guys. Technical.
I was going to say that the both of these questions we had last week.
Seemed, yeah. I was like, these are getting redundant, right?
When we get to transplant the Drying bush yarn building to the bank is the first actual question here.
Who is that from? Ben Fenner?
Ben Fenner. I can't see anything before then, though.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right, Ben. Thank you for straightening us out. Who can we get to transplant the drying aid bush from the yard building to the bank?
Yeah, that. I think that building is now. Was it a blinds place? I think
it's blinds. We've had people in here looking for it. I've actually had to give ladies direction over there.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, so it's a blinds place. I sold the lot next door, so I have no more ties.
Because Oak Street is a dirt road right next to us, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. So
and then it turns into concrete.
the regular pavement. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. High definition detail. Hey, quick question. Any news on Press-All squeeze bottles?
Yeah, I mean they're probably 3/4 of the way here now.
That's right. End of this month. That's what we're hoping for.
Yep.
Black Press-All and squeeze bottles and more Press-All.
Floating somewhere in the middle of the Atlantic, as we speak.
They're getting close. Getting close.
Gosh, how am I still cold? This is crazy.
This building is freezing, so I mean that's another part of it. But that's a different discussion.
Oh yeah, we got to fix it because it's probably set up for summer. Trying to keep up.
Matt, can you talk about the new Sonic cabinets, drawer, worktop depth, cabinet width. Approximately how much is a 14-foot array going to cost?
So the depth should be the same as it was before, 19.7 inches deep with a wire pipe, right? So your effective depth, because you're not going to jam it completely against the wall. You might have a baseboard or something in the way, but it's say 20 inches deep, right? So 20 inches deep. The cabinet configuration is going to be not limited, but you're going to have 26.5-inch 8-drawer. And 5-drawer. So taller drawer and then a normal, the normal 8-drawer. So it has a tall drawer on the bottom and then 7 of the basically 2-inch drawers. And then you'll have a 5-drawer version of it. You'll have the same thing, 8-drawer, 5-drawer, and a 34. It's like 33.6 inches wide or something like that. We'll have a lower double-doored cabinet, like your normal lower cabinet. Height, I think, is 41. It's the same as what it was.
It's the same
before.
as MSS.
Yeah. So I think it's 41, 42 with a countertop as your.
I mean,
countertop
if you really want to see, I mean, the current MSS, it's very similar in dimension to the current MSS, right? It's not a lot of change.
Yeah. It'll be identical,
So,
pretty sure.
Right.
They will have a recycling bin, cabinet as well. Then the tops that they make that's a European spec. The Europeans don't like the big fat 1.25 inch, inch and a half tops. I think our blue trees are 1 5/8. So they, I believe, are 3/4.
Yeah, or just under, something like that.
Yeah, it's some whatever the metric version of 3/4 inch. So they do maple and they do stainless. Of course, we can order you a blue tree top, but that may be cost prohibitive for most people in this ballpark. You'll have closets. So you'll have the tall 36 closets.
Yep.
You'll have uppers.
There's 2 closets. There's a single door and a double door.
Yep. Single door, I think, is a 650 millimeter, and the double door is a 36 inch, whatever that is, a 965 millimeter wide. Then you have the wire pipes and the back panels. The back panels we're bringing in the pegboard-less, the ones without pegboard, the solid back panels.
Just like MSS Plus.
And then uppers, you'll have the 26.5 and the 34.
Right.
Are we bringing the corner in or no? Not
So
off the gate.
let's be clear on what we're doing. So we're going to have 8 pre-configured arrays.
Right.
That are
so
featuring
all those
what you're
individuals I talked
describing.
about, right? All those individuals I talked about, in order for us to have it in stock and available,
Right.
at least in the interim for the next year or so.
The way to think about it is the pre-configured arrays are going to be much more in stock. They're also going to be the pricing on them is more aggressive because we're buying them as a kit,
Yes.
right? And by doing this way, we're enabling their factory to run miles and miles of the same cabinet at one time. So the switchover time is down and all that. That's how we're getting cost out of it. So that's the other thing is the tops on the pre-configures are all stainless. There's no wood.
Okay.
We can get wood, but that's not in the pre-configured.
Got it. Yep.
So yes, we will have corners. We can buy extras like an extra locker or that sort of thing.
So that's coming mid next year.
Well, we'll have them available, but the committed time turnaround is going to be 3 months.
Good point. Yeah. Right. So
because they're custom ordered. The way you got to think about it, if it's not pre-configured, it's considered custom, and it could be up to 3 months to get it because we got to get it from overseas.
And it's likely going to be 10 to 15% more
That's right.
buying
It's
an
gonna
a
be
la
more
carte
expensive.
than buying a. That's how we were able to get pricing. So a 14-foot array is probably somewhere around 11, 12 grand, something like that.
Yeah.
Or less than somewhere in
It
the.
depends
10.
on the drawer density because we have some bigger arrays than that, and the bigger one is actually not that much more than the smaller one, but the smaller one's more dense with a bunch more of the was it 8-drawer or 9-drawer?
Yep. And so the color is black with a dark gun. So the same color as the Sonic Next.
Yeah, they call it anthracite.
Yeah. So it's like a green
European gray.
Yeah, it's got a green hue to a gunmetal gray kind of look to it.
Yeah.
So
The handles are different. The branding's a little more. There's still Sonic on it, but it's not quite as in your face as the old design.
and they're calling it Next MSS. So the toolboxes will match as well, which is going to be pretty cool. So if you wanted to, an S9 or an S12 or an S15 or something, those match. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah. The
Just
other thing
really
you can
awesome.
do, so there's, I mean, we have arrays from, what was it, 278 inches down to like 60 inches or something like that.
Mhm.
The smaller ones, you could actually buy a couple of them and put them together, right?
So we have 9 configurations.
8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to be launching those and letting you know likely week after Black Friday. So December first week
For
of December, first,
availability, yeah. I mean, I think so because they're launching in Europe,
second.
right? I think the embargo is mid-October sometime.
Okay.
So after that embargo's over, we can start to talk to you about them and show them. We just can't sell them because we don't have stock yet. So
I guess we probably could sell them. What I don't want to get into is that they're not coming until January.
right,
So I don't want to bog down the design guys. They're not going to be on sale on Black Friday, right? And
Yeah.
so I don't want to bog down design people with MSS that we don't have
right.
for people who need the service.
Yeah, they're definitely
During
not
Black
going to be listed until after Black Friday. That's the plan.
Right. And so we're looking at, we'll look, but if you're a hard dead set on it, so you'll see video, people will
Yeah.
see
You'll
videos
be
and
able
we'll
to see
figure
what
out
it
some
is.
sort of pre-order
Yeah.
plan or, some will call you a certain date or certain time, something like that. I think most of you, it's the cabinet you're going to want.
It's pretty cool. I think it's,
I think people will come up from the lower entry level stuff.
Yep.
And I think that people will some will come down from the high end stuff.
It's, I mean, I think for a smaller garage, it's very space efficient, right? MSS Plus is quite big, and it sticks out a lot further. It's a lot taller.
It's almost 6 inches difference.
Right. So if you have a normal size garage, the MSS is actually going to fit better.
And remember, the biggest advantage for all of you is that the installation time for Sonic versus something that you're trying to mount to the wall it's like 1/10 the amount of time, and there's no expertise required.
That is the other advantage of Next is they've changed the way you install it. So the old Next, you had to get behind it, and so you had to basically assemble it away from the wall and then slide everything in.
When you take your drawers out, and
This one you can actually set in place and then and put it together. So it's much simpler.
Yeah, I'm full all in. And then what we are going to start running is some promotions for tools.
Yep.
Because you're crazy if you buy those without buying some
That's
tools.
right.
And then we're going to create a pathway as well I'm about halfway through the process. I only have a few days left.
You got a deadline coming.
15th of my deadline. Luckily, I'm in charge. I can make a
That's
deadline
right.
whenever I want. But to come up with a really robust, great set of tools that there's a pathway to
Right.
get to.
There's a way to step into them
Mhm.
so that you're not trying to absorb a $5,000 or $7,000 tool bill, right? You can do it a piece at a time, and it aggregates together to get you to the endpoint.
Yep.
So Ben's asking, I'm in the middle of resealing my E90 M3 manual transmission. The output shaft seal is behind a 40 millimeter nut that needs a deep socket. Tecton doesn't even make this size. Does Sonic or Koken?
It's 40 millimeter deep well.
Deep socket.
I don't think
big
Koken
socket.
does. I stopped at 36, but I think they made bigger than that. I think I just stopped at. I know that definitely does.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I would look for it's probably sold as a BMW tool, wouldn't you think? I mean, a lot of times
Possibly.
that stuff like a Hazette would sell that as a BMW tool. typically.
Yeah, I mean, but again, that's one of those things that you're going to do once. I'd be inclined to just find some Chinese, Amazon
Yeah.
tool and throw it away after you're done, or just throw it in the bottom of the cabinet. Which I'd be inclined, but I know Hazette does. I don't remember if Koken went up to that size.
Just checked it. They do have a 3/4 drive, 6-point deep well socket.
Who does? Koken. So John's
Yeah.
saying they do have a 3/4
Oh yeah, you'd have to go to 3/4. Yeah.
6-point under Koken. So you can look there.
And Sonic does too in their that 3/4 set that I have.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, I think
They might sell it into a la carte. I mean, Sonic can be hit and miss on that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Neil says, I don't have a wand/holder. Is there a date on a foam cannon wall mount like Perfect Detail? You familiar with that?
So he's talking about something like a foam cannon wall mount that maybe for his wand.
I don't know.
Let's see. So we have the Perfect Detail foam cannon mounts, right? So those I just installed them in Helen. Those are pretty sweet, and so it's basically just a 1/4-inch Mosmatic quick disconnect that we screw into
plate,
a wall
right?
mount. Yep. And so you just hit a stud or put it on some some drywall anchors. But for a maybe you can clarify a little bit.
Yeah, Neil, hit the question again and give us a little more clarity on what you're trying to mount. It's not quite clear. Let's see. Matt, when free shipping? I'm trying to only buy from OG.
Well, you can do it now if you just become an Inside the Hex member.
Right.
And then the goal, that's one of my goals. I don't know if I'll ever get to the goal. I had $780,000 of $980,000 of shipping charges.
Mm-hmm.
We generated $780,000 of shipping revenue. So I'm still $200,000 to the negative.
Yeah, we don't break even on shipping.
And so imagine eating $700 or $985,000 or seven. I guess it would be $700,000 of shipping.
Right.
So I need to figure out how to make that happen. One way is going to be to try to get a better deal, and then we need to figure out a way to increase our margins to be able to accept that, and that's going to be bottling product in press-alls and our own spray bottles.
I mean, the other thing will be trying to have it. West Coast will help as well because you're shipping a shorter distance.
Right, and we'll cut our shipping costs down.
Right.
And so that's a 24-month goal.
Yeah.
Today, Inside the Hex Plus. And we have, like 1,500, a couple thousand people that are members of that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to buy a certain amount, it's 10% off too, so it'll pay back as you order. Matrix asks, Matt, how do you break your prolonged fast? I'm 5 days in, down 11 pounds.
Yeah, that's dicey because you're gonna,
get sick.
It's gonna run right through you. Yeah. So the way that I've done it is to go fillet, which I hate fillet, but I do like a small fillet and some sauerkraut.
Less fat.
Yeah. So the best way to do it, I think, is to drink some bone broth first to break it. And then like an hour or two later, then have a fillet, like a little 3 or 4 ounce fillet, and eat it with some sauerkraut.
Okay,
that's what I found
to
be the best way. But then you're still, and then I usually make another hour and then go eat everything in sight, which kind of backfires on me. So, but I've never done that long of a fast. The only thing I've done is 72. Yeah.
He says, I joined late, but curious if there's any progress with your driving. Haven't heard anything about your monthly track days in a while.
No.
We haven't been to the track in a while. That's part of the reason.
Yeah, no progress. I'm kind of taking a little bit of time off, and I've been driving around Middleton, and that's about it. I got a story to tell them. I made a big error. Something I would have disowned Michelle if she had done this error. So I'm in Kate and I are going to Ryan's games, but before we were going to Four Rivers. Four Rivers is open now.
Oh, it is. Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to Four Rivers. I was fasted all day, and I'm gonna get some Four Rivers. And I left the mudroom door open, and so I opened the garage. It's air conditioned, so I try to get in and out.
Yeah.
And so it's air conditioned. Kate jumps in, I jump in. Chase goes running out. I'm like, Chase, and I'm looking at him, saying, "Get back in here." And as I'm looking at him, I start backing out. But the Bronco only goes out if the door is all the way up.
Right.
And so I did a little bump and then backed into the darn garage door with the top of the freaking corner because I had it kind of pulled in a little little cockeyed.
So what was the door still going
The
up?
door was still going, and then
And-
I pinched it, grabbed it with the frickin' Bronco. So I bent the track, scratched the top a little bit,
Yeah.
but I was crisis of. I thought I liked
Those tops are
destroyed.
textured though. They're not. There's
There's
not
a
much
little
showing on those
chunk,
tops.
on one little section, like
Yeah.
a little scratch on the section. Scratched the glass a little bit on the edge, dinged the door, the aluminum, but it pushed it off the track. Luckily, so it bent the garage track and
Yeah.
pushed the little wheel out.
Yeah.
And so I was able to kind of
Get it
hammer
back
the
in.
wheel back in. I just finished painting the garage door. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh no, I gotta buy a new garage door. I gotta.
So is the door okay?
Yeah, so it's
All right.
it's good.
But now you got to put some new tracks in. So you got to do black.
No, the track's
tracks.
good. Everything's good. So,
I was trying to talk you into black tracks. I didn't know.
but anyway, nothing's
was on
good.
the
Everything's slightly abused now, which makes me want to just replace it all. I'm at Ryan's game shopping for wood, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to do this, I might as well get like a wooden garage door,
door.
wooden insulated door, and that's going to cost me
You're on the
$10,000.
Clopay
and I'm like,
website. You
God.
get that garage door that stacks inside. So.
I was thinking of all the
There
different
you go.
options, but yeah, freaking Michelle's like, if I had done that, you would have divorced me. I said, well, I wouldn't have been happy about it, and I'm divorced myself right now. I'm beside myself.
It's all right. It's all right.
So stupid.
All right. Usman asked a good question. What happened to your Helen car? I think he's talking about the Cayman, right?
Yeah, so I'd found and gotten a policy that was supposedly going to allow for rentals, and then it was real dicey because I had State Farm insurance in case I drove it, and
Right.
it was like just normal insurance, and then I had this GMI policy or something like that was a rental specific. And what it was a
It was like a-
$50,000.
It was like for Turo, like same kind of concept?
No,
or-
this would be for like a rental fleet.
Oh, I see.
And in order to make it somewhat affordable, it was still several $1,000s a year. To make it somewhat affordable, I had to do it was basically would cut me a check for 50 grand. Or maybe it was the first 50 grand, or it was a $50,000 deductible or something like
Oh,
that,
I see.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it was just
High
a-
deductible.
yeah, high deductible policy. So I technically, State Farm, if you did any rentals, would like cancel your whole plan.
Mm-hmm.
And so technically I needed to cancel the State Farm insurance and just self-insure.
Right.
But I still had a note on the car.
Oh, and they wouldn't let you do that.
So, right, I can't get rid
they
of the
won't let you
State
do that.
Farm with the note, and I didn't have the cash to do it at the moment. I didn't want to sell something or do something stupid, or borrow money to rob Paul to pay Peter. And then the GMI policy decided, we don't want to do this, so they dropped it, and so I sold the car. So I think we rented it to like one or two people,
Okay.
and then it just wasn't good.
Well, there you go.
Hmm I tried it, and and only the take rate was like 1 out of 4, and
So
so
it was just sitting there anyway.
it was sitting there, and I'm paying insurance, and so
And you weren't going up and driving it.
correct. So I said, you know what, this will take a lot of weight. Let me just get rid of this darn thing.
All right. Invasion HD. Matt, I've heard you say that you are hoping the Tesla will get you to your dream of driving again. I've also heard you say you're looking for ideas on a custom plate. How's OGDRM MKR OG Dreammaker? There you go.
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's pretty good.
And he follows up with, I believe you might only have up to 7 characters, so maybe DRM MKR, right? There you go.
I like that.
So, okay, we got a super chat from Shane. Swiss Tracks hold up to jack stands. I'm dropping 225 pounds. C and jerks. I'm not sure what he means there. Second, if you're
Clean and jerks. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, I see.
It probably will dent it.
He
And
said jack stands, and then he went to weights. He lost me on that one.
he's saying I'm doing
I understand that. Yeah, I
clean and jerks, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know about this. Yeah, it'll probably dent it. So the thing to do, the move, is to get like aluminum plates.
Right.
Just get a little thin sheet of
Yeah.
like what it would be like. I guess it'd be.
You have to spread. I mean, you either get a
eighth inch.
little bit of plywood or a little bit of metal. You have to put something to spread the weight, spread the load. The bigger the foot, if you have a big foot,
Yeah,
you
you
might
probably
be able
get
to
away with it. Yep.
Depends on the weight of the car too.
Because like quick checks disperse the weight. They won't.
Right.
They won't mess it up.
Yeah. And then he says, if your budget allowed a 12-foot Rousseau or a 20-foot Pro Slat F Plus, which way would you go? Small Rousseau or big Pro Slat? That's a good question. That's a good question.
That's a tough one. So the advantage of the Rousseau is you could always add to it later, right?
Mhm.
So you could just
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer.
yeah.
But you're the expert.
Mm-hmm. The Pro Slat's good. Yeah, I would probably go the Rousseau route as long as I was willing to then kind of, if you're wall mounting and all that stuff, then I'd probably just go the Pro Slat.
Right.
It also depends on how long you think you're going to be in this place. So if you're not going to wall mount, then I'd do Rousseau. If I am going to wall mount, then I'd do the Pro Slat.
Mm-hmm. But the Rousseau could go with you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can always take it.
Yeah. But no one's going to want to do that. It'd be better to sell it as is.
Well, that's always easier.
Yeah.
For sure. Let's see. Matt, isn't there something that people were talking about with Baja Gold salt, like the Mountain Valley water?
Mm-hmm. Oh, crap. Don't do that to me, too. I eat Baja Gold all the time. Oh, no.
Invasion HD, you get star for the day.
Dang, dude.
That's an inverse Matt.
That's
rank.
my other thing that I'm eating, thinking I'm physically superior to all when eating freaking Baja Gold. God dang it.
All right. Well, let's
something?
move on. We're gonna sweat out all the arsenic. So,
Oh,
what
my
sauna do you
gosh.
use, and do you like it? So, what's your sauna?
I bought a Redwood Outdoors. It's the 2-person Redwood. It's great. And I did the Harvia upgrade. So it's a Harvia, I forget which, it's a beehive looking thing. It's great. It has a little app. I can turn it on,
You just
turn it off.
upgraded the cold plunge though, right?
Yeah, so
How's
the
that?
Renew I'm given to Norm and the plunge all in. I don't know. I just got back and it's sitting out there.
you
so
haven't put in it.
and
Okay.
you guys are working me to death.
Heaven
So
forbid we
I
make you
come
come
home
to the
and
office.
I come
Once
home and
every
I
2 weeks.
have not 5 seconds to do anything. Waba's got me making videos, and then I got Ryan's football game, and it's just
Crying like a little girl.
meetings and
You
meeting
need to-
after meeting after
You
meeting.
need to eat something.
Yeah.
So
That's why I was fasted yesterday and only ate at Four Rivers. I'm like, I didn't have time to eat. So, this weekend I'm going to get the plunge. I bought the plunge all in. It's just
Plunge all
way cleaner looking.
All right. Stephen asks, how's the Rolex collection going? Do you prefer to buy anywhere specific?
I mean, I don't know that I really have a collection. I just have I guess I have 6 of them. I shop on Moda Watch Group. Every day I'm always kind of surfing through there and not pulling the trigger on anything. But Moda Watch Group, because you're buying sort of in between wholesale and retail, because you're buying from individuals. And I have a guy on the Moda Watch Group that he'll say, go get the watch, and then he'll authenticate it before we pay. And then I wire the money and let him negotiate it for me. But I have to buy in the secondary. I'm buying in the gray market or black market, or what the heck you call it, the gray market, but the aftermarket, because I can't. No one will sell
It's
me.
like buying a Ferrari. You gotta buy second.
So I really, when the Helen House clears, I'm either going to get a Daytona Panda or the Cookie Monster, one or the other.
There you go.
That's my gift to myself for doing a good job.
For selling something.
Yeah.
Usman asks, what YouTube channels do you watch? Who's your top?
I've been listening
any
to
regulars?
I need to reach out, but Joe Knows Best and Max Tuning and Christian Guzman, their podcast, Don't Be Sour. I want to call them and invite myself on it because I like it so much. I don't know. I like their podcast. I just like Joe. Joe's like a younger version of me, just slightly angry, very practical. I like to say super smart.
You think you're practical?
Practical about, logical, let's say.
Logical,
Not
okay.
practical.
There you
Not
go.
practical, yeah. He's not practical at all. Neither am I. I've been listening to Bill O'Reilly a lot. That's how you can tell
Bill
I'm an
O'Reilly?
old man. He has a
Whoa.
YouTube channel. He's just, he's a straight shooter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. Bill O'Reilly. So I don't know why it shows on my feed, and I've
So
watched
do you
every
wa-
Bill
so,
O'Reilly
so
video.
do you watch all your podcasts on YouTube?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Joe Rogan on YouTube.
Really?
Because then I can either look at it or listen to it. I'm actually getting rid of Spotify.
Huh.
So all the mooches that are mooching off me on Spotify,
Hmm.
they're going to lose the subscription because I'm getting rid of it.
Uh-uh.
The All In podcast is my favorite.
Yeah.
And then did you watch all the All In, like from the All In Summit?
No,
All the,
I probably got through 3/4 of them, maybe.
yeah, I've seen
Not
all
of
of those. I couldn't get through the university goofs, and I only got through half of that, the university presidents. But
Mm-hmm.
All In podcast would be that, and Rogan would be number one. You know, those number one.
Do you
number
do you
two.
do every guest on Rogan, or do you select guests?
It depends on how. Right now, I'm way behind, so
Right.
and I won't go back generally. And so a lot of the comedians
His
I
are just
skip
so
out.
long. I mean, like if you try to do a whole week of Rogan, it's like it's all your time, pretty much.
Yeah, I bought. So actually, on the hike, I was listening. I bought Walter Isaacson's Albert Einstein. So I've been listening. I like autobiographies. I don't know why I like that. I feel like I learn a lot from that. So I'm listening to Albert Einstein book.
That was the guy that did Elon's. As
Yeah,
well,
Walter
right?
Isaacson, Steve
Yeah.
Jobs.
Mhm.
What else am I watching? I watched that dude in blue the other day, yesterday or today. When there's that, did you see that thing that went down in Gatlinburg while I was up there? Yeah, they kicked all the stance douches out of Gatlinburg. They have this big car event, and they're doing street takeovers and picking fights, and so they kicked them out of there. They even had like a venue rented, and they wouldn't let anybody. They just said, "You're out.
Right.
Get out of here. Get out of our town. Never come back."
That's a bummer.
What else am I listening to or watching? Again, I've been watching these stupid chiropractor. I'm not a chiropractor guy.
You watch people get their back cracked?
Yeah, and scraping and all this
And
nonsense.
you can't do that, right?
But
Like, you
no,
could never go to a chiropractor.
No, I can't do massages or any of that crap. But I don't know. It like puts me to sleep. I find it fascinating. There's this one lady. She has this clicker thing. You've ever done? What is that thing supposed
It's
to do?
stupid. Those are stupid.
She's like clicking butt cheeks and stuff like
That's
that.
a chiropractor that doesn't.
That's doing
I
nothing.
don't agree with the clicker.
What else
Clicker
do I
doesn't do
watch?
anything.
What else do I watch a lot of? Like what comes up that I guess I can just look. You see, look, Bill O'Reilly right there. No spin news.
O'Reilly.
I'm an old man. I'm officially an old man. There's Rogan, that dude in blue.
If you're doing Bill, you got. What about Mike?
Andrew
Rowe?
Hiller's
Do
a
you
po-
ever
is-
listen to Mike Rowe? He's got a
Nah,
pretty
not
good
really.
podcast.
I like Adam Carolla a lot.
Oh yeah,
So
Adam's great.
Not a lot of it, but
His video blogs are good on Palisades Fire. That's
yeah, I haven't been real happy with my algorithm. I'm not finding things I want to listen to. Yeah, Bill O'Reilly keeps showing up. I'm turning into an old Republican, old man Republican.
Pretty soon it'll be Hannity, and then you'll be watching the Five.
Yeah. Oh, Chasing Cardboard is my favorite channel right now.
Chasing Cardboard. What's that?
Yeah, it's a sports card.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's Chasing
Baseball
Cardboard.
cards.
Chasing Cardboard and King of Cards.
You are turning into an old man.
No, those guys
Baseball
are.
cards and Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah. It's nuts, man. Yeah, you guys, I need a better algorithm.
Wow. Yeah, we got to help you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm the old guy. I'm the older guy.
All in.
and you're
Yeah.
doing
All in is the best,
Yeah,
though.
no, that's good. Matt, term or whole life insurance. I don't know
Oh,
if this
my
is to start a
gosh.
rant or not, but
If you're buying whole life insurance, you're just lost your marbles,
Right.
man. Whole life insurance is the total scam.
those guys are crooks.
Such nonsense. And the only people who believe in universal life, variable universal life, whole life, it's just such nonsense. Unless you are independently wealthy and you set up an irrevocable life insurance trust, an ILIT, and you're trying to pay your estate tax. Even then, it's complete nonsense. So think about this logically. So if you need insurance, buy term.
Right.
Buy term. And a good strategy for buying term would be to buy like 3 or 4 different policies that we can drop them off as you don't need them. Right? And so instead of getting like let's say you decided you needed $2.5 million of term insurance, get like 2 or maybe even 3 policies and split it up. So get 2 million and a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
That way, because when you're our age, you probably don't need that much life insurance.
You don't need it. I mean, if you're not replacing income, you don't really need life insurance.
Right.
I mean, that's the point of life insurance is you want to leave your family, your spouse, your kids, or whatever with money, right?
With assets.
And
right.
if you have assets, you don't need to do that.
Right. So you don't want to over-insure, right? Because it's a waste of money.
Right.
And the returns are terrible. So the way that a whole life policy works, it's based on your life expectancy, right? So there's an actuarial calculation. They know when you're going to die,
right.
They know when.
Yeah, you're betting you're going to die, and they're betting you're going to live.
Correct.
Right.
And so the concept is that you're going to build up cash value. This is the pitch, right? Yeah. So you're going to build up cash value, and you're going to be able to withdraw from that cash value tax-free in the future. But here's the problem. So there's an M&E expense, so there's a charge.
Yep.
And then there's a discounted rate to current money market rates, right? Right. So
you never earn what the market will earn.
So they're charging you somewhere in the 3 to 8% M&E charge for your mortality expense. That's the insurance cost, basically, to have all the people that work in their office, right? And then you're, of course, have a calculation that part of your premium is funding your death benefit, right, based on your actuarial the actuarial calculation. Then the way that life insurance policies pay out is 85% of the first year's target premium goes to commission, right? Yeah. So that gets eaten up right then and there. So that goes to them, and so then they actually over-calculate your premium based on what your actual target premium would be based on your actuarial when you're going to die, and so you're overpaying. Yeah. And then the argument is you're overpaying what you need to pay to get your, say, $250,000 of life insurance, so that way you build up cash value. Right. And then they're going to give you a rate of interest against the cash value. Now, it's a discounted money market rate on a whole policy. On a variable or a universal life policy that has mutual fund investments or separate account investments, you're getting a higher feed, so a discounted return of the underlying investment in there. Yeah. And so you're overfunding it to build cash value to be in an inferior investment vehicle that's being also feed to death. Right. And then the universe of, even if you're in a great variable universal policy, there's still a tiny universe of investment choice. Right. It's the same thing with an annuity. When you put your money in an annuity, they're not in the business of paying you out more than you put in. Right. So they're going to give you your own money back. Yeah.
There's no upside.
At a parasitic fee that just nukes your existence. Yeah. And the way that they get these things sold is they pay insane commissions. Right. And so it convinces people to build their life around learning how to sell people in this garbage.
You're better off to just buy a cheaper term policy and take the same dollar amount you were going to spend on the whole life and put it into an investment.
It would be way more.
And by the time you get to the end date, you'll have more money than they would have ever paid you.
Way more, right. Same thing with an annuity. And so don't buy an annuity. Just put the frickin' money in a balanced mutual fund portfolio or ETF portfolio and call it a frickin' and withdraw 4%. Because what they're pitching you on, say, on a variable annuity is that, now I did have some success with some people that are just ridiculous. Like, they're just always buying and selling at the wrong time. And the beauty of an annuity is you can lock them up. Right. I think I've sold about 5 annuities in my 15-year career to people who were just ridiculous, who they just couldn't get out of their own way. They wanted it. I tried to talk them out of it. Right. And I just knew that they're going to buy high and sell low. This would be their only chance. And even then, a lot of those people would liquidate their separate annuity accounts inside of their annuity. But the concept of the annuity is that they're going to promise you some sort of future income benefit or some current income benefit, but your returns are always going to suffer because it's a fee. Yeah. And these are the same people that would complain about, well, I don't want to pay an open-ended mutual fund fee of 0.8%. And so it's just a frickin' nonsense. It's not a scam, but it's nonsense.
It's close.
It's not a sound investment.
Yeah, it's just a bad investment.
So term, and then work toward none. I have none.
Yeah.
You know, have no insurance.
Yeah.
They don't need it. You got assets.
That's right.
So you get to a point where you maintain a little bit of insurance, and then you get to a point where your assets replace it, and that's why if you're very risk averse, then buy yourself 2 or 3 term policies that way you can drop it off,
Right.
and so do like a 10-year whatever $1 million policy, and then do two like do a 20-year $500,000 and a 30-year $500,000 policy, and then just drop them when we don't
Right.
need them anymore.
All right. Let's see.
And know that that's a sunk cost.
Yep.
Don't look at it as an
It's
investment.
insurance. I mean, it's
And there's some insurance agents or some Northwestern Mutual guys in here that are
Yeah.
just melting down.
yeah.
Because they were brainwashed into nonsense. I always just wanted to figure it out. I mean, and I had many, knockdown dragouts of open-ended mutual funds. The struggle with a investment choice is somebody has to decide what to buy.
Right.
And very few people are good at that. And so I wasn't very good at that. Some people just have a gift
Right.
to make the right choice. They can see things differently. And so I wanted to figure out some way that I could take the gift out of it and have some sort of cell discipline, some sort of mathematical discipline. And open-ended funds, there's much better data available. Now it's past data, that's the problem, but there's better data available on an open-ended fund than there is on an ETF. Plus ETFs have a tricky part in that there's a spread still. ETFs trade, there's a spread between the actual value of the underlying investments inside of it and what the market says it's worth.
Right.
We saw that on the Fat Finger Day a decade ago, where some program trading thing put in 1 million shares instead, or 1 billion shares instead of 1 million shares or something, and the whole market drops. They ended up disallowing a lot of the trades, but there was an arbitrage event there where the volume really showed the deficiency of the potential deficiency of an ETF. That an ETF, especially ETFs that are rather thinly traded,
Right.
that spread between the bid and ask could rise substantially, and you can end up getting caught. Where the underlying investments are worth a lot more than what you're able to sell your ETF for, because ETFs are touted as liquid.
Yeah,
You can
right.
sell it intraday,
Yeah.
whereas an open-ended fund you can only sell at close of business.
Right.
And then, ETFs are generally cheaper. Not non-actively managed ETFs are generally cheaper, but the data isn't as good, and then you have to manage that spread at times. And so you want to be careful what ETFs you're buying. Make sure it has a lot of active daily volume, because you want to sell it when you want to sell it, and you don't want to get hosed in the bid ask.
Right.
I had this where I had a client who had I forget which bank. It was a small regional bank, and they owned like a couple $1 million of it, and it only traded on average like 4,000 or 5,000 shares a day. And so they wanted, I advised them, we need to liquidate this position. It was an inherited position, so it had a step up in basis.
Yeah.
And so we need to liquidate this position. You need to diversify.
Right.
And the bank hadn't really performed very well, so they weren't really dug in on it. And so if we had put in an order of 25,000 shares, the bid ask,
You swamp it.
so the first 100 shares is all I'd have to fill.
Right.
And then by the 25,000th share, we might have driven the price down $2 or $3, $4,
Right.
on the stock. So we had to be very targeted on how we liquidated and the same thing can happen if you have a thinly traded ETF. The reason I say that is you need to understand
Be aware of it.
and it's only happened once, one day, the Fat Finger Day, but it could happen again. When there's a run on the market, your ETFs may not be as liquid as you think they are.
Yeah. All right.
But
so,
don't frickin' buy annuities. Don't buy permanent life insurance. Don't buy equity indexed annuities. Those are complete nonsense.
Maurice asks, Matt, did you already try the new Rupes Nano Polisher?
What? There's a new Rupes polisher?
Yeah.
What?
I think there's a new Nano.
How did that sneak by me? Let me see. Rupes.
So that's obviously a no.
No.
So
How do I not have one? Rupes. Where is this thing? Rupes tool.
we're searching.
I did get the new Rupes pad blowout thingy.
Oh, how do you like that?
I don't know. I haven't used it yet.
Oh.
You guys have been working me too hard, and I was gone. And
Here we go.
yeah.
Heaven forbid.
Let's see.
Make you work.
There's the Mark V. Where is this announcement happening? I don't know anything about this. Let me go Instagram maybe. Let me see. Rupes.
3 weeks back?
Rupes.
Oh.
Let's see.
Well, yeah, you weren't here, and the sales guy came by and told us about it.
Yeah, well, that's by design. Yeah. Apparently, there's a benefit to. I don't even see anything announced on Instagram.
We'll go find it for you.
Shoot,
We'll go
I'm
find
gonna go find this out an hour after the podcast.
There you go.
Dang.
All right. Dan says the problem with the portable Echoes is that they stopped putting out measurable PPM after 6 months. Not sure about the undersink big unit. Gary stopped endorsing them. I did like my bottle.
Yeah, the effectiveness of the hydrolysis or the electrolysis that generates the hydrogen, it loses effectiveness.
Right.
But you don't really know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
I
problematic.
think it's, as long as you feel good about it, that's all.
It's probably placebo anyway.
Yes.
So,
Marie
yeah.
says, Matt, the Krenzler that you use, what is the name for Europe to buy it?
HD10. There's the HD7 and HD10. Both are actually superior, but if you can squeeze it, do the HD10.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what it is. Because you guys have 200 and whatever, 30 volts,
Different
50
voltage.
hertz.
Yeah,
Yeah,
different
so you have, I think, same current but higher voltage, and so you end up with more available
Right.
power to utilize. So you can get, I think those get 2.5 gallons a minute, and they're pretty sweet.
So Ben says, we need more Mike F in our lives. Where is he gone? I hope he's doing his outdoor kitchen. We can't keep him locked away. Free Mike F.
No, he's with the change.
He's locked in the back room.
Well, with the change in the YouTube channel, we're going to launch the
Yeah.
whole series all at once, and so he's in there building.
Does that come this is the first episode this weekend?
I don't know.
It's
It
either
might
this
be.
weekend or next weekend. You'll get some Mike because it's the infrastructure build for the new design studio or the
Mhm.
new detailing studio.
Yep.
So, like I said, it's either this week or next week. Can't remember. And then we are working on getting his garage.
Oh, yeah,
in
it'll
the-
be next week.
in the program.
This weekend is the review. Yeah.
Polish glass
Review
polish.
glass polish.
Jeff says the new linear lights just went live on the OG site. Any idea when the first video showing them off will drop? We gotta find a project for those.
Yeah, I don't know yet. I don't have anything planned just yet. We don't have stock. We're just sort
Yeah.
of-
So I mean, just
it's
for everybody,
4-month or 4-week build time.
we've been delivering those this week. The first units are delivering.
Mhm.
So if you've had those on order, they're starting to roll out.
I did show them inside the hex
Yeah.
in one of the vlogs.
Mhm. Yeah, we just don't have them mounted
Yeah.
on the ceiling yet.
They're indistinguishable from Cree. Like
Right.
if you don't have Crees, you wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, the mistake we made is the Cree brand wasn't what was special about the light. It was the configuration of the light, the light output,
Well,
specification.
I
that
just
sort of
got
thing.
the notification that Cree's defunct.
Oh yeah, they're kind of done.
they
Yeah.
fired most of their staff,
Yeah.
and so
They're going out of business.
it wasn't that they just discontinued the light like we were told. It's
Right.
Cree is going out of business.
Right.
It sure appears. I wonder if can we snap up that name?
Cree.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Can we?
Yeah, maybe you can buy it in a bankruptcy court or something.
Yeah.
I did have some notes for today. The Leader Max is en route.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Holy cow.
Finally. So
That's
maybe,
big news. That's great.
I would guess that'll probably be available sometime maybe after Black Friday.
Well, let's get a freaking pre-order rolling then. Let's go.
Yep, we got work to do to get it.
He's talking about Leader Max for your leather
Mhm.
care. Color Lock
Yes.
is basically gone defunct. You know, they sold it to Kosh Chemi, and I guess
Yeah.
Kosh probably just didn't have time to mess with it, so we can't get it in stock.
Right.
No one could get it. It's
Yeah, and
gone.
there's definitely some disconnect between Koch Europe and US. So
yeah,
there's
they're
something
trying to
going on
figure it
there.
out.
The other thing that I had on my list is Mosmatic pricing is going up due to tariffs pretty
Mhm.
dramatically. So keep that in mind. I mean, it's bad because they're coming from Switzerland and they're getting penalized for watches.
Oh,
It's like 39% is the tariff,
shoot.
but Mosmatic's not passing that much through to us, so it's going to be aggressive.
Yeah, so get your stuff now.
Yeah. The other thing I thought we could talk about is where we're at on closets. We're obviously not ready to sell yet, but maybe you want to update on our process. I think that would be interesting for the folks.
Yeah, so again, the concept of closets, and man, it's so funny. Anytime I talk to anybody about the villages and I just mention, the garage, you're like, yeah, that's cool. But as soon as I say closets, they light up. You're like, oh, because they know how horrible the closet process is and how crappy the current closet options are. And so we did Baloo's house, and we got it like 75% right. Would you say?
Yeah, well, the end product is right.
Yeah,
but
right.
We weren't able to execute it flawlessly, so we had a lot of corrections and redo.
Misdrills or miscuts, right? So,
we had extra parts. We had the way it went together were some complications. So
right,
yeah,
which we knew would be the case, and we had the same thing with my closets as well.
Yep.
But so step one was do my closets with Jared's guys.
Right.
Step two was do Baloo's closets without Jared's guys.
Yep.
And then step three will be hopefully to do it.
Yeah, we have
as
the
flawlessly as
entryway. We
possible.
have the entryway to do, and we need 1 to 2 more house projects behind that to get it right, to get it perfect.
Yeah, and I was talking to the people at I went to the villages yesterday for the initial marketing meeting, the initial sort of introduction, and I think that they were just all three of them like, I want to do my closets. I said, all right, well, we'll get you.
But I mean, just to be
going.
clear, we're going to have a national option, so you can install it yourself. It's not going to be easy. It's definitely a more difficult installation, one in that there's a lot of unloading, there's a lot of heavy material to move, and then 2, you've got to have some sense about 1, how to measure, and then 2, leveling and shimming and some other things to get it perfect.
And we're going to have a white glove option, but I would wager if you're doing, let's say you were doing 5 closets, I would wager, regular shipping's probably $3,000, white glove is probably $6,000.
Yeah.
Is it worth $3,000 for you to get some buddies to come over and unload the truck, on your own?
Right.
I think so. I mean, I know I would, but the option will be available to people.
Right.
And so you're talking $3,000 to ship, say $15,000 worth of closets versus $6,000. I mean that's even then though you're still going to be 40% less than your local fancy closet place and twice as good
to get the quality of what we're talking about, right?
It's going to be simpler than what a lot of these places could offer, but I want it simple.
Yep.
Simple, chunky wood, tall, and heavy duty.
Yeah. The material is definitely very cool.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we could just do it full custom, wood, but that's not really an option. The wood is not stable enough to do it that way.
Robert asks, haven't been around a while. Is Chris still around?
No.
Nope. Chris has been gone quite a while now, right?
Yeah, it's say a year.
Yeah.
Year and a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris was he took a role which was very similar to the role that he served OG, and kind of in the infancy to kind of go and do all the things that he did for us, because he doesn't know, I don't know, he didn't know, we don't know how to go to that next stage, and so he kind of moved out of the way to allow somebody else to go and do that.
Let's see here. Mike says, Matt, my AR630 doesn't seem to like the 1.25 orifice in my foam cannon, but it runs fine with a 1.35. What causes this, and are you planning to come out with an OG blue foam cannon someday?
Yeah, I mean, it's just overamping the electric motor, so that you're trying to push liquid through a little hole, like through a straw, and that straw just happens to be a little bit too thin. And so where are you getting a 1.35 And I don't even know that existed. So maybe there's some Chinese ones
Maybe.
on Amazon or something.
Could be.
135.
Mm-hmm.
We offer those for the dual setups. 125 for the Krenzlers and the
No, it's 1.5.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't have anything blue, but someday, yes.
Yeah. Usman's he's full of questions today. See, what car did you want when you were in your late teens, early 20s, and now that you got the money, can build a perfect OG spec version?
I wanted a 335 IS, an E92.
What?
What do you mean?
Really?
Yeah, I wanted the 335 IS, which was a straight, naturally
Yeah.
aspirated inline six.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted it they had made them in Le Mans blue,
Yeah.
and I thought that.
But you
thing
wanted that
was
over an
just-
M3?
I-
Because
an
the
M3
M3
just
wasn't
wasn't-
achievable?
Yeah, just not even in the equation.
Okay.
Not possible. So
There you go.
yeah, that's what
Wasn't
I
expecting
wanted.
that. I figured it would be a Honda of some sort. Acura.
Well, I
Honda,
mean, there's tons of
like
cars
a
along
Type
the way.
R
but
or something like
my
that.
dad and I, when my dad came, I got the job at Tweeter, and I was at Bryn Mawr Stereo, and I was making a decent amount of money, and I didn't know how much I was going to make,
Mhm.
but I was probably making at the time the equivalent of say 30 grand or something like
Right.
that, and I'm like, I want to go get at the Acura dealership on the turntable. They had the black 2001 Type R,
Oh, there you go.
it was $25,000.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can do this.
A
And
year's
he's like,
worth of pay.
there's no way that you're going to do this. I said, no. I'm telling you, I think I'm going to make a lot more money. I can afford the
Yeah.
$400 a month payment. He said, absolutely not. And so I needed you to co-sign. I should have tried to get my own financing for it.
They probably would have given it to you.
Yeah, but I
rate
assumed I
would have
needed
been
I needed
obscene.
a co-sign, and so instead I bought my buddy's $12,000 Electron Blue Civic Si. I
Mm-hmm.
bought it from him for $12,000 used, and my dad co-signed on that, and then I paid that off pretty quickly.
I had one of those. Man, that car was slow. Looking back, I mean, they were slow.
I
They
just
really were.
remember I've told this story many times before.
The lady in the Camry would beat you across
I
the
just
intersection.
I remembered that in King of Prussia, coming from the King of Prussia Mall, going the back way to Villanova, and there's this one spot where you had 2 lanes, and then it went down to 1, and I just thought, man, if I had like 20 more horsepower, I could overtake somebody,
Right.
Because it'd make lots of noise.
It
but
had
too
no
slow, too slow to like pass someone in a Camry,
Yeah.
to get to the 1 lane. So I would just put my tail between my legs and get in the right lane instead of getting the left, because I knew I couldn't beat a pickup truck.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna get a Jackson Racing Supercharger.
I sold mine for my first Subaru, and that was like amazing because those had so much torque. It's the opposite car, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Jeff says, any plans to go live throughout Black Friday weekend?
Oh, for sure. Yep.
Let's see. Mopar 478. I recently cleaned my wife's windshield with Review and then cleaned it again with Traceless. I tried CarPro Clarity Phobic, and all it did was smudge the windshield. Did I miss a step?
Yeah, I mean, I found the Clarify Phobic really only plays well with wolves or bear. So it should have worked, because theoretically the Traceless would make the glass traceless.
Right.
So I haven't done Clarify on a non-treated window, but I'm pulling it out of the store anyway. It doesn't work on anything else but wolves.
So then let's get ahead of the video for tomorrow. What are you putting after you do Review?
I tried a new coating, or new to me, Angel Wax Exodus.
Okay.
So I put CSL XO on the sides and the back and the roof. And then I did, which seemed to be pretty much the same thing,
Right.
Exodus. It's all that same kind of Rain-X base, whatever that is, where it has the squeaky, circles.
Yeah.
It's whatever the sealant is. I don't know what the base ingredient is, but they all kind of smell the same. I've just always found Wolf's to be the best version.
Right. So thanks, Alex, for the super chat. Appreciate that. That's going into Matt's Type R fund, 335 IS fund. Neil White.
Maybe
Matt,
that's the car I should get.
the 335 IS
I'm kind of looking
for Ryan.
I need a project.
You need what? What are you going to get, Ryan?
I don't know.
Type R would be good. That's slow. Let's compared to all the new stuff that's running around.
Yeah, but a Type R is $60,000. You know, to get a
I
decent.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what to get. You know, I just don't think. I don't want to cut and weld and paint. You know, I want to just bolt on.
I know. Yeah.
And so, but
You have to find-
air-cooled,
You have to find a 2,000-mile car, not a 60,000-mile car.
You know what I didn't know is that the 458 Speciales are now 900.
Yeah.
I thought they were still 6.7.
Yeah. You should have bought one about 4 years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they were 400.
But
high
you wouldn't have
threes,
kept
low
it long
fours.
enough. But
Man. Well, yeah. Now
You'd
there's
have
no
sold that.
experience.
You would have
And
sold that
the
too.
Spiders are $1 million too.
Oh yeah, it's weird how Ferrari Spiders are more expensive than coupes.
Yeah.
Like Porsche's the opposite. you know?
Mhm.
Neil says, Matt, what's the worst thing anyone ever did while staying at the Helen House? You had some hooligans in there. at
One
point,
was they turned the heat on the pool up to like 95 degrees, and it rifled through 1,000 gallons of propane in less than 1 week.
Wow.
And then another one was somebody puked on the frickin' carpets
Ugh.
like a infant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then that was the only two things I know about. I'm sure there's some other
There's more.
atrocities that
yeah,
no
you
one
never
told.
found.
Yeah, no one. I said after those, I found those. They don't tell me.
Right.
Just keep me out of
Just
it.
clean it
Because
up.
otherwise, I'm going to shut this down like immediately. As long as when I go there, it's out of sight, out of mind. I went there. It literally looks like the day I bought it,
Right.
or the day I first put it into rental service.
Mhm.
Looks incredible. People are monkeying around with the frickin' with the racing sim. Like I don't know, all the wires are kind of pulled. Like, what are you guys doing?
Don't
Somebody
you just
lost
get in
the
and
remote.
drive it?
Well, I mean, it's problematic. Every time you get
Oh.
in, and there's all these software updates. And I knew that. And so we had a process. And so some people there go there, think they know what they're doing, and start
Right.
pulling wires out. Like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch it. Freaking idiots. So,
All right.
you know, I'm talking myself into maybe this is the end of Destination OG for me. I'll talk myself into it someday.
You-
I'm really starting to get the itch to build a house.
Yeah. Well, that's coming. Property's coming, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And Brendan just called me. I'm going to ask him. I
Yeah.
said, "Can you get me my
Yeah,
lot?
get
Can
your
I,
lot."
can I please have a lot?" Because I actually woke up early this morning and I was up, dreaming because I was thinking about the water treatment, and I'd kind of caught the vision. I'll just do a bunch of ROs,
Right.
or I could just do a better RO that could feed a single tank, and then it could go to different.
That's the stress of building, though. It's the stress of what did I miss or what did I do wrong, and
Yeah,
it
but
won't be in the house, and
Yeah,
then you're pissed.
But I've got the big picture.
Yeah.
And then I will immensely enjoy the detail of each individual
Oh, yeah.
area. And actually, Alex, who like kind of helped him design his house, helped me out a lot. Like, there's a lot of things I understand now that I didn't understand. I really understand how to do lighting,
Yeah.
and how to lighting and lighting control. I really understand how to do my my Ethernet internet, connectivity, since I did it, largely myself here and now that Ubiquiti is real easy to do. I really understand how I want my kitchen set up,
Yeah.
with appliances and all of that. I really understand my outdoor kitchen. I know that I don't want a pool. That's the one thing I haven't quite figured out. If we don't do a pool, I think I would want to create like a little courtyard and have like a little wellness shack, with my cold plunge, sauna. I think I want like a gym at home.
I think they call that a retreat. You need a retreat.
So I would kind of, so I haven't quite fleshed out what that's going to look like if I don't do a pool. What that transition. So I love a good lanai, so I'm just going to build a really great, sort of lanai covered area, and then that transitions. Because the other thing I learned is that with Helen, I like the proximity of things. So like I don't want my garage like off in the back. I want it to be things like
Right. It's convenient.
even though I'm going to be in the middle of it.
Right.
I want to be in the middle of things. You know, I don't need like seclusion because I have a tendency to go into hermit mode and seclude. So I want the courtyard design. So the design of the house that I have, I modified a little bit, but the design is still really sound. Giant laundry rooms. That's key. Like huge laundry rooms. But the thing I'm struggling with is I need to shrink the house down because I don't need that. I don't want that 7,500 square feet.
Yeah.
You know, I need to shrink it down to more condensed. Like get rid of the game room. I don't need a freaking game room.
Well, what you find? I mean, the kids today. It's not like when we were kids. Nobody goes to anybody's house.
Yeah.
They're all online together. It's weird. Definitely weird.
Yeah, and I need to just stay put because what we have right now is perfect. You know, it's perfect for where my kids are. But I think in a few years, I think they're going to care less about that. And if I still have the proximity, it's just maybe a little bit further.
Right.
If I can get into that community that I'm hoping to get into and have my 10 acres and I can build, I just want to build a really dense.
Yeah. High quality, reasonable size.
I'm just struggling a little bit on the size because I'm like, what am I, this design that I have is perfect. Like, what am I going to be willing to give up?
And it's 7,500 square feet.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That's excluding the garage, you know, and the two garages.
Yeah.
So I need to,
and you need to design it for when you don't have kids,
right?
Because they'll be gone.
Exactly.
And they'll be gone a lot
So I'd rather
faster than you think.
take the square footage out, and build my little shack out, you know, my little wellness area where I have a mountain bike room. I've got a cycling room. I've got a sauna cold plunge room, and then like a gym, like a modified gym type room, having that, and then having some area out front of that. And then how does that transition into the lanai? Again, I want that to be
You connect it with a
tight proximity.
Connect it with a bird cage,
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
so that it's all clean and nothing out there.
But I
You
do
can
want
leave
it.
doors
I want it
open, and
slightly
it's cool.
detached or semi-detached, where there's a covered walkway.
Yeah.
And so
Roll
I'm
up glass garage door.
Yeah, I'm starting to catch the vision for that, where you can close it or open it.
Right. Indoor, outdoor. Yeah.
Yeah. I really, and I think that would be golden content.
Yeah.
So I think the life path is.
That's the evolution of Obsessed Home. Right?
Oh yeah. The design studio is going to be
that kicks it off. But I mean, that would enable you to kind of take the next step.
So I think the pathway, the timing pathway, is the next year is this place, right?
Yeah.
And you got to hold me off because I'm getting all over the place.
I know. You're buying racetrack condos.
I need
you're
people
all
to
over
keep
the place.
talking sense into me. Hold me back. I'm looking at
money. The money's burning a hole in his pocket. He hasn't
I don't even
gotten
have
the check. He's trying to figure out.
it's
how
not
to
the
spend
money.
all-
It's the
spend that money.
possibility.
I know.
It's the I've reduced the weight of something.
So you're gonna put the weight back on.
Right.
You're a
It's
yo-yo.
like, oh, I had a good day eating, so now let me put the weight back
That's right.
on.
You're
right?
yeah.
Gosh, I'm
You're
like
a yo-yo
glutton.
purchaser.
I'm a glutton, right? And so I look at it as this place first,
Yeah.
right? This place, this business first.
This has to. We need. This needs to be finished.
Then what? But so the aspirational, the new project is the design studio, right? So
Right.
that kind of
Yep.
that comes because this will never be done completely, right? But as this gets on its path, then I have the bandwidth to add, and so I've subtracted a lot in order to add. All right, I've subtracted body weight in order to add, capacity and energy. Right, I subtract financial weight in order to be able to add, future capacity and to really focus in. And so we finish the garage out back here. Then we kind of build all the offices and get the warehouse and all that structured while we're doing the virtual part of the next endeavor.
Right.
Get the design studio built, get it operational. So that's the next year, right? So now we're 2 years out. Hopefully we're able to also start shipping East Coast, West Coast, by then as well. So hopefully the e-com business can grow gangbusters, and that
next step.
the design build business is a a cash. Because what I would love to do is build money no object dense house without borrowing money.
Right.
And then I can do what needs to be done,
Yeah,
not
you can,
what I'm forced to do.
You get Reisinger in here to, show you how to insulate it and do all the HVAC
And
all
I'm
the cool
and I'm
systems.
developing all kinds of whether it's sponsors or
Right.
or products we're able to offer, but developing all kinds of things, solve this conundrum of lots of different waters, and be able to provide that as
Plumbing.
a solution. So then that's the next year, and so in a rational world, it would be I have a 2-year time frame. So at the start of year 3, I build a house, and by then Ryan will be he'll be 17.
Yeah, he'd be going to
Kate
college.
will be 14. She'll be thinking about driving soon. And so then that would fit into, I would have the bandwidth to go and chase that, and who knows what that becomes. So, and then that just think of how much more we're going to learn in the design build part of, because we'll have our closets dialed, we'll have our outdoor kitchens dialed, we will have found extra new appliances, new lighting control systems, all kinds of stuff throughout that
Better
process.
Yep. See, Anuj asks, hi, with XOV5, is the recommendation still 2 coats?
No, XOV5 is 1.
1 coat.
Yeah. I don't think it's layerable. So I'm not sure, but I think you only need 1. 1 coat of CSL, 1 coat of XO.
Right. Progression Decibel. Hey, Matt, in a recent past live stream, you mentioned Cree linear fixtures no more. Are you still selling and expected more stock of the CR6T series retrofits?
Nope, they're done, though.
Cree is, going away.
So we haven't found a replacement, but we're on the hunt.
We're in the process of refreshing the entire lighting line.
Mm-hmm. Only took me freaking 10 years to figure it out, and we finally got it figured out, and we're fine. And
then it got end of life.
Right. I mean, fighting for inventory and fighting to try to make it so we can actually promote it. And gosh.
Alex says, Matt, I'm running a dual AR630 V2 setup, and it pulsates when running 8.0 orifice nozzle. So I installed a check valve and no longer have the issue. I can't get more than 1,000 PSI running both.
Well, I don't know. I haven't tested it yet, so
we'll let you know. That's we're planning that in the back, right? In the in the studio.
Yeah. So I mean, that makes sense on the pressure, but you may need to run, because I think I run an 8.0 on the Krenslows. You may need to run. What you want to do is put in, figure out what amperage you're drawing. Make sure you're not drawing 22 amps on each one of them, because you're going to blow them up.
Right.
So the check valve may cause, because it sure seems like the pressure switch is a little bit more robust on the Krenslow than it is on the AR. So, I mean, you just want to make sure that you're not overamping the darn thing.
Right. Okay, Neil asks, on the question about the wall mount for the foam cannon, it appears that the one you normally sell is out of stock. Is there a restock date or another option?
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that an OE
We've like
product?
freaking 20% of what we have is out of stock, so we're trying to figure that out.
We're hustling. We got a
trying
lot
to
of stuff
fix that.
that's out of stock.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Devin asks, any reason there hasn't been an orange vise in the last few garages?
I don't know if I'm going to put one. I'm going to put one at HQ. I'm not sure. They stopped making them for a little while. We had to talk them back into remaking them.
You can get them. We can get them.
Yeah, so we got some stock coming. They're 3 or 4 weeks out, maybe 6 weeks out, and then I didn't put one in. Let's see, did I have one in Darlington? I don't think I put one in there. We have one in Helen, but yeah, I probably should do it.
Right.
It's just one of those things I haven't gotten done.
It's just finding a place for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, with the OG linear fixtures, do we have to use a PAL pack for dimming, or can we do without it? I have Lutron Caseta wireless, and I'm deciding on dimming or just on-off, maybe.
Yeah,
along with
so
occupancy.
so with the HE Williams that are the Cree replacement or Crees, you would need a 0 to 10 volt PAL pack, right? So it won't work with Caseta. You'd have to go to, so you wouldn't be able to, you could connect it and just not connect it to your network.
Right.
But if you wanted to, you'd have to do raw, because only Raw 2 Select offers a 0 to 10 volt PAL pack. And if you, or you could just do on off. If you hang tight,
Yeah.
the Prime Lights collaboration, the OG light will be typical Triac dimming, forward face dimming. So you'll be able to use a regular Caseta, whatever you call it, light switch dimmer.
Yeah, it simplifies everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Alex says, I'm stuck on Ambio Max or Ambio Plus with SB2000. Living room, medium-sized room, regular TV, YouTube, no movies or music. Thanks for input.
Yeah, I would probably just do the Ambio Plus, which, I mean, the Max is really nice, but that's a pretty big price delta from, $2,000 or $1,000 or $1,500 to $3,000. So the SB2000 is going to kind of make up for what you're doing. If you're watching movies and stuff, then get the Max. But if you're watching YouTube and you just want a decent sound, then I would do the Plus.
Damien says, that dude in blue and OG collab would be an awesome collab.
I've done stuff with David many times. So we have several videos together.
All right. Let's see here. Any recommendations on one of the Koch Chemi or Built Hammer APCs for using around the house, like on plastic, painted wood, surfaces, etc.? Scared to try Green Star.
I would just do all surface cleaner, which is great.
Okay, there we go. Mikey says, why not carry the CSL Exo kit? Cheaper than selling it separately.
We do have the kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. We buy it separately because it's cheaper for us to buy it separately than it is, and then we just put it together. Maybe our pricing is off. I don't know. Maybe that's what he's saying.
Yeah. We can go look at it. Matt, any update on the whole home camera setup?
Yeah, it's working great. Actually, I was just messing with it here today. I'm kind of torn on the notifications versus not.
Oh, God.
I turned them back on. So I went and got all my smart zones all set up and stuff.
Yeah.
But then it's like a boy who cried wolf now.
It drives you crazy.
I can't decide what
Every
I
time
wanna do.
Chase goes across the front door, you get a notification, right? Yeah.
And so what I can do is I can turn pets and stuff off. So maybe I should do that to start. Here he is. Look. Chase. All of my images, they're all Chase, just scrolling through.
That's so funny.
All these indicators. Yeah. So, but I did I don't know the AI cameras do anything different than the regular cameras. So I probably wouldn't pony up for the AI 4K cameras because they were a lot more. I don't know what the AI does. It doesn't seem to do anything.
Right.
But I have a front door, front left, front right. So I basically just sort of crisscrossed.
Yeah.
And then I set it up to where I set the zones up where I cut off the sidewalk and the street. So I just have, because I have 48 terabytes or whatever the heck I got of storage. So I have, I just have continuous recording. So it records the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I only get notifications in this little triangle area. But, every time anybody does anything, I'm getting my phone buzzes like crazy, which means I'm probably never going to look at my phone because I'm just so used to it buzzing. I just turned it back on last night, and I think I'm probably going to turn it back off. Yeah.
The boy who cried wolf. I love that.
Recording mode. Or maybe let's turn off animal. Yeah.
Definitely turn off animal. Well, then you don't get all, like when the bobcat crosses your front door. Or,
Well, I would, but I
had
just
the
won't
other
get a notification. Front left. Oh, I did turn animal off of that. Lanai.
Progression Decibel says, Matt, another influencer I follow is Alpha M. He lives in Georgia like I do. Built a brand new house like your vision. So something to think about. Alpha M. Let's
Yeah, I don't know
see.
who that is.
And Jace says, hello, do you still recommend Griot's Garage Polishers?
Yeah, I mean, the LE I think is better. That's why
Right.
we brought the LE in. So I would highly suggest that. But the Griots are decent if you're like a Griots diehard fan or you got some gift card or something. But I think you should buy the LE. Yep.
And then our last question, Matt, any updates on the new iPhone you ordered? Did you receive it? Also, have you
It's
heard
got it
about
right
the
here.
issues people are having with them?
I ain't having any issues. You having any? Do you got the little one?
I got this thin.
Yeah.
The thin.
Yeah. So I got it yesterday. Well, I got it 2 days ago, and
thin one.
yeah. So he's got the
Yeah.
little baby guy here. How's the battery doing for you?
It's okay. It's one of those things. If I was a road warrior, I probably wouldn't want it.
Mhm.
But for what I do, it's fine.
Yeah.
And it's way smaller and lighter.
Yep.
That's the problem. Is to me, they've just gotten too heavy.
Mm-hmm.
So much battery in them. They're so heavy now.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's good. Oh, let's see.
What do you think about the iOS? Was it 26 with the liquid glass or whatever?
Yeah, it's pretty good. The thing I like about iOS 26 is my home screen. So I like that I have my activity
yeah.
goal for my Aura Ring, my alarm, and then ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so those quick things, mainly for the alarm, I can just
Right.
go
Yeah.
get it really quick. The rest is okay.
I hate the way it looks. The liquid glass drives me crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really affect me one way or the other. I don't really think about it much. It does look a little washed out in comparison.
Yeah, that's to me. It just looks cheap.
Yeah,
Like it's
but
not crisp.
I did some 8x zoom stuff on Ryan's
Did you?
games. Pretty remarkable.
That's cool.
Yeah. So you just have to hold it steady. But even it's real jumpy. But then it
Does it?
fixes it.
Adjusts it.
Yeah, I like it. I got the blue one. I ordered this case that's just like a little piece here and here.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, so I'm going to get rid of this and try that out. But we'll see if that's any good. Yeah, Arc.
Pulse Arc, yeah.
Pulse Arc.
Yeah, Pulse Arc I ordered. Yeah, I'm going to see if it's any good. So let's
What do
see,
you
Cody's.
need a case for?
I went caseless once and I dropped it and broke it. It was the
Oh.
only time I ever broke my phone.
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the setting it down with. I like the rubber case. I like it this way.
Right.
And the Apple case is pretty nice.
Yep.
But I've gone back and forth between case and caseless. The main reason is I don't like screen protector, and so I like to set it down on its face so I don't get distracted.
Right.
And so if I don't have some sort of bump there, it's not great.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So what's on the agenda this weekend?
Oh man, I got a lot to do.
Yeah. You were on vacation for a week, and then we made you
No
work
vacation.
one day. So you've been working all week.
Yeah, 2 days.
Haven't been able to get anything done.
Nope. So I have
Got to install the cold
I got a
plunge.
bunch of new shoes that I couldn't even put lace up. So they just launched 2 new not New Spawn, New Balance
Old man
440 V2s. So I got to lace those up and order
Yeah.
some insoles. I figured out the insoles.
When do you move to Skechers? Is Skechers after New Balance?
No. These
Isn't
are
that
these are really cool. And then I got another pair of Japan Pros. They launched a new color.
New colors.
Pretty
okay.
sweet.
Yeah. Your
And
skate. Those are like
Yep.
skate.
So
shoes.
I got to reorganize my shoes because now I'm 3 shoes too many. So I got to.
So do you have a
cull.
strict? Is your closet strict in that you can only have what it fits?
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I've got some on
So you
top.
have to purge.
Yeah, so I got to purge some stuff,
Okay.
which I don't have anything old. Everything's new, so I got to figure out.
I
what
do
to make the
hangers.
cut.
Like I only have a certain number of hangers,
Oh yeah.
and so I can't add.
Mm.
So I have to purge if I buy. So
So I gotta deal with that. I got my cold plunge to install.
Mm-hmm.
So Norm and Michelle are gonna come get the old one. So I got to get
Yep.
that moved and decide what I'm doing there. I've got to do some hedging, like some cutting, squaring off of my bushes.
do you even have a hedge clipper?
I bought one. Yeah, I bought an M12 little guy.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got to do that. I want to do a wash and talk on the Bronco because now the Bronco gets back in the garage.
Yeah.
I got to finish
Got to
coating
polish
the
out the
wheels.
scratch on the roof, right?
It's poor. It's texture. You can't.
Sorry, I had to poke at that.
I got to finish coating the wheels on the Tesla.
Yeah.
So I got those,
Mhm.
and my hands are all jacked up from pulling the plastics off because there's like spring loaded
On the wheels.
Yeah, so there's the little plastic inserts in
Yeah.
between each spoke, and I'm removing the big part of it. So it's
Right.
just the regular wheel. And so you smash your hand off of the hub of the wheel, the center part of the wheel every time you pop the thing off. And so I
Right.
got to figure out how to do that without smashing my hands up. I only did one wheel. I got 3 more to do. Let's see what else I got to do.
You'd think you'd have a tool in that toolbox somewhere.
would do that.
You
gotta just I use the tool to pop it loose, but then you've got to just muscle it by hand.
Okay.
What else am I gonna do? I gotta run a little bit. I gotta do a little trial 5K. So I'll run, do some lifting, do some working out.
When's the
Do some
When's the
rucking.
Brownwood 5K?
It's next weekend.
Oh, next week. Okay.
What else? Let's see what else I gotta do. I got a lot of things to plan. I probably won't do any of them. I'm gonna watch some football, both Saturday and Sunday. Do some relaxing, maybe take a couple naps. So I'll make sure to get up and get my calories in.
Yeah.
So I'll do some lifting, do some running, rucking. So I'll do run, ruck. I might do a long run. We'll see, like a 5 or 6 mile.
Oh, if you run long, you can go to Provisions, right?
Right.
You can run through at the Provisions.
Yeah. I'd like to see my interim goal is to see 210 without a fast. Like to actually be
Right.
210,
Yeah.
not to be like water.
So how is Four Rivers? Is it good?
It's okay. It's Four Rivers light.
Oh.
So it's not a real Four Rivers.
Okay.
A real Four Rivers, you walk up and there's a carving station. They carve the meat right off the thing right there.
Right.
So it's prepared in the
In
back.
the back.
So it's not as good. And it was great the first couple of days because they bring like the ace chefs in, and I
Yeah.
had it last night. And it was like maybe like 60%.
What's your
as good as it
favorite there?
was.
Brisket?
And burn ends.
Burn ends.
Yeah. I'll probably
And they
gonna
don't
eat there
put
again
sauce
tonight.
on the burn ends, so because you can't have sauce.
They
right?
are sauced, so I'm breaking it. And
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got sugar in my
Jeez.
barbecue sauce, but that's okay. If I did just that, I'm doing great. Yeah, so I might eat there again tonight. I got to be careful not to ruin it.
Yeah.
I didn't thaw a steak out because I don't have any time. I come right from the gym,
I
right
know,
into the car,
so
right
hard.
to here. I get here. I have big plans, and I'm
forbid.
meeting, video, meeting. I haven't even gotten into spending time in my office.
Heaven
I need to
forbid.
make some videos of these subwoofers.
We got to go look at all the Viper chairs out in the warehouse too.
Yeah. But it's fun. I'm living the dream.
All right.
But tonight I got a ruck. I'm at 803 calories in my 1,000. I like to try to get to the real goal is like 1,500.
Right.
I saw 2,900 when I did that 10-mile hike.
What?
Yeah, 2,900 calorie day. That's my best yet.
Wow, that's crazy.
I want to try to hit one of those. I want to try to do the military standard ruck,
Mm-hmm.
which is
16 miles? Or
no, it's 12 miles in 3 hours.
12 miles. Yeah, you can do that.
I don't think I could.
A ruck?
No, it's 30-pound standard.
You can
You
do
have to
that.
trot,
Yeah.
and man, that at if I do 3-4 miles, my traps are ready to fall. But I'm doing it at 45 pounds, so my
Right.
traps are ready to fall off by the end. So I don't know. I don't think I could do it. So that's a 15-minute mile. So you can't walk it. Because if I'm walking a ruck, I'm like a 16 and a half, 17-minute mile. So you'd have to run a decent
You got to
portion
trot
of
it.
Yeah. And I think the longest I've trotted was 8 miles. So and that was like, people were questioning when they picked me up on the side of the road because I'm sure I was wobbling a bit too much. I think that time I left the pack and, came
Right.
back and got it. So I'd like to nail down. Maybe after my 5K, maybe I'll do that.
It's
I
a
was
good
thinking-
next goal.
I would like to, I want to get to a 5,000 calorie day, see what that looks like. That'd be cool.
It's insane.
It was pretty easy to do because hiking, I gained 1,500 feet of elevation,
Yeah.
and hiking 10 miles
Yeah, your heart
was
rate's
a
going.
2,900 calorie day.
Mhm.
That was the only thing I did.
Mhm.
So I'm like, dang, if I rucked, it's got to be at least 3,500 calorie day.
Right.
And so that full day was
So how long did it take
5,000.
you to do that 10-mile hike?
Let's see.
On the
I
Strava.
started my thing. I did it in All Trails, but let's see. I started Strava at like mile like half a mile in or something. Let's see, activities. I think it was almost 4 hours. See that? We don't see that 1,100.
That used to be that was my everyday bike ride.
Yeah.
1,000 feet of climbing.
So yeah, see, I was 1,500 feet, 3 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah, see, that's why I think you could do that. I think you can do the ruck. 13
So
miles.
according to Strava,
12
that
miles.
burned 1,895 calories, 19,702 steps. Because, when you're climbing, right?
Yeah.
And so you do have, some, you're not in zone 1 all the time.
Pushes your heart
So
rate.
I do have a good, decent amount of 10 minutes or so of zone. So you're in upper zone 1
Right.
and then lower zone 2. Whereas if you're just rucking, I'm in zone 1 the whole time. So if I did the ruck to a time standard, I'd be in zone 2, zone 3. And if I did that for 3 hours.
Plus your heart rate would
Yeah.
push up. Over
So if I
time.
did that in 3 hours, and now the weather's broken, so I could actually.
Cool.
That's
This
prob-
weekend is going to be really cool.
That's probably a good point. Is that I haven't been able to do it. I feel like I can do it because I'm out there and it's like brutal.
Yeah.
And I'm so used to doing 40. Maybe I should try it this weekend. Maybe I should try it tomorrow.
There you go. Now you got a goal.
12 miles.
Just don't break yourself.
3 hours.
for the 5K next Saturday.
Yeah, I had a hard workout today, so maybe I should try to do it. If I just put my water bladder in there, I should probably eat something though if I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Should probably bring
Because you'll
some.
pass out.
I don't know. I'm pretty good at suffering.
Yeah.
I did that. I mean, I burned
I thought I was
1,900
gonna-
calories with no food.
The last time you fasted, you were on what, like a 24-hour fast on the
yeah,
bike?
yeah.
I thought I was going to have to carry you back.
I was
I was very
spinning.
nervous.
I was spinning. I bonked, and barely made it up the hill,
Up
the little baby
the
hill
land bridge.
Yeah, and then I had to go down on my knees for about 2 minutes or so. Like, man, this is.
I thought I was carrying you. I thought I was going to have to ride back, get the truck, and come get you up the trail.
A few minutes in, I was fine. Yeah, no food necessary. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for watching. Are we going to put these up on Do We Care? There's a few people yelling at me about not putting it on the podcast.
We'll look into it.
I just think that everybody, I don't listen to it on any podcast format anymore.
I think it
use
depends
YouTube.
on. I always, all my podcasts are on Apple Podcasts. So, just different.
That's the thing that stinks
strategies.
is that, like, on my watch, I can't do YouTube. And
Nope.
so then I'm out of sync.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, then I got to go try to figure out where I was time-wise. If you stay on one
Yeah.
platform,
Right.
you stay.
Crosses devices.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Shoot. Anyway, thanks for listening, everybody.
See
We'll
ya.
see you soon.